Being ignored by the person you like. Pan Juyen, who felt good about himself, actually still cared a lot. He did 200 push-ups in one go, then started observing himself in the mirror. His hairstyle and face got a perfect 100 from him. His body shape also earned him a 100. In the end, he concluded that the problem must lie elsewhere. So during work, he asked Secretary Kwan for advice. When does your husband make you feel like he's a real man? Secretary Kwan replied without hesitation. When he spends money on me, that's when he's the most manly. At that moment, Pan Juyen seemed to have had an epiphany. He then started showing off his cash to Xiujing. But to avoid drawing attention from the staff, he waved his hand and invited everyone present to a company-owned 5-star hotel for a business meal. He even specially arranged for each person to have an Australian lobster. The staff learned that the meal cost more than 200,000 Korean won per person, and couldn't help but praise the director. They really wanted to get involved in some love-hate drama with him. The staff's words were like honey to him. Listening to them made Pan Juyen feel so good inside. However, Xiujing didn't know his intentions, and still had lingering feelings about what happened that night. Xiujing then received a call from Xiajin. Xiajin was calling to arrange a blind date for her. To avoid disappointing Xiajin, Xiujing replied that she would consider it. But little did they know, their conversation was overheard by a colleague. The colleague, like someone who had discovered big news, curiously asked about the blind date details. And in doing so, Pan Juyen also heard that Xiujing was going on a blind date. Before the end of the workday, Xiujing stopped a male colleague, wanting him to analyze the current situation for her. Xiujing said her good friend had a problem. The guy she liked kept visiting her late at night. But after the relationship became more intimate and they kissed, he pretended to forget about it. As a man, you should understand what this means, right? The colleague chuckled and said, I'm a single guy, how would I know all those tricks? But I'm sure if he forgot about the kiss, it's probably intentional. By the way, I heard about your blind date, are you concerned? Are you trying to stop me from dating? Pan Juyen immediately responded that he didn't care. In fact, the reason Pan Juyen acted like this toward Xiujing was because he was still bothered by her blind date plans, and his reckless actions hurt Xiujing's feelings again. Xiujing, now disheartened, picked up the phone and called Xiajin. She told her that she agreed to the blind date Xiajin arranged. The guy was a handsome lawyer. With his charming demeanor, he quickly won Xiujing's heart. They exchanged contact information after their meal. In the days that followed, Xiujing and Pan Juyen only interacted at work. There was no further communication. The colleagues noticed the change and felt something was off, but they didn't dare to say anything. One evening, as Xiujing was leaving work, she noticed her blind date waiting at the company entrance, and Pan Juyen happened to see it. He said nothing. He just got in the car and left with the chairman. The man bought Xiujing her favorite strawberry cake, but as a lawyer, his words were sweeter than the cake. He complimented her so much that she couldn't stop smiling. Then they walked and talked. Unknowingly, they arrived at the clothing section. At that moment, Xiujing picked out an outfit, and asked him to try it on to see how it looked. But since the size didn't fit, he went to the service desk to ask the staff to get a better size. But just as he left, the fitting room door suddenly opened, and then a hand forcefully pulled Xiujing into the fitting room.